Hi guys, what's up football fans? Welcome to the channel, and today we are breaking down Premier League match 2 and giving my score prediction for every game. There are some massive fixtures this week, possible upsets, and plenty of goals to talk about, so make sure you watch until the end. So before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your prediction in the comment below. All right, so let's get started into the matches. So before the prediction, let me talk about the week 1 matches. Hull City beat Manchester United. Brighton puts 4 past Aston Villa. Brentford beats Tottenham 3-0, and many more happened in week 1 matches. And if you'd asked me before a ball was kicked, I would have got some right and some wrong. So here is my week 2. 10 games, 10 score lines. Not home win, not goal in this one. Actual scores. They are on the board, they don't change. And Monday night, I'll come back and count up exactly how badly I did. Okay. One of them I'm confident about. Two of them are going to make you angry. So, let's go. So, what happened in week 1 actually told us that 3 things stood out for me. And they are 3 things that every one of this week is built on. So the first, I would say the promoted teams are not here to make up the numbers. Hull City 2, Man United 0, and Ipswich 2, Sunderland 1. So in week 1 match, Hull City beat Manchester United 2-0 on their first day back in the division. Ipswich beat Sunderland. 2 of the 3 promoted clubs have points on the board already, and the one that didn't is Coventry City, who lost to the champions away from home. That's not a disgrace, that's a fixture. For me, the second thing that stood out was the 3 managers. 3 results and none of them told us anything. Fulham 2, Chelsea 3, Liverpool and Newcastle drew, so it's 2-2. Man City 2 and Bournemouth 1. So, Jabi Onslow won on his Chelsea debut at Fulham. Areola first game as Liverpool manager finished 2-2 at Newcastle, having come from behind twice. And Manchester City won their first match of the post-Guardiola era, also from behind. Anyway, all 3 got a result, and none of them looked like a finished team. First weekend performance under a new manager are the least reliable evidence in football, and I'm treating them that way. And the third thing that stood out was 3 teams have genuine problems. Aston Villa swept 4 at Brighton. Spurs were beaten 3-0 at Brentford. United lost away to a promoted side. Okay, so one bad afternoon is not a season, but it's the reason 2 of my 10 picks are going to look reckless. Alright, are you excited for my prediction now? Okay, the first, Crystal Palace and Manchester City. So, I've kept Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 2. Crystal Palace against Manchester City, I've got it 1-2, where Crystal Palace scores 1 and City 2. City came from behind against Bournemouth. Not convincing, but winning ugly in week 1 of a new era is exactly what a City side needs. Palace lost 2 at Everton and barely threatened. Selhurst Park on a Friday night is a real thing, and I'm not diminishing it, but I'll take City. Second, it's Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest, and I'm giving Liverpool 2, Nottingham nil. Liverpool against Nottingham Forest 2-0, and this is my banker of the week. Liverpool dropped 2 points at Newcastle and had to come back twice to do it. There will be an age to them. Forest lost at home to Leeds. Losing your opener at the City ground to a promoted team sets a tone you spend weeks trying to undo. And Phil, lunchtime after a frustrating first week, I'll get this one right, I think. We'll see about that. Bournemouth, the next game is Bournemouth and Everton. So I've given Bournemouth 2 and Everton 1. Bournemouth against Everton. So Bournemouth went to the Etihad and lost to a comeback, not a hiding. Everton beats Palace 2-0, but nobody really pressed them yet. Bournemouth at home, narrowly. The next match I've given 1-1, which is Coventry City versus Hull City. So this is the game everyone will skip, and it's the one that matters most in May. Coventry lost 3-0 at Arsenal. Hull beats Manchester United. Two completely opposite weeks, and I think both readings are exaggerated. I'll say score, draw. So the next game is Spurs versus Newcastle United. So I would say Spurs will score 1 and Newcastle it's 2. Even though it's a away game, I would still keep Newcastle a win. So Spurs were beaten 3-0 at Brentford in game 1. Newcastle went toe-to-toe with Liverpool and came back, with a point. Spurs have spent big amount. Savio arrived for a reported 115 million, but new signing don't fix a team in a fortnight. Newcastle away, I would say win. The next game, I would say Chelsea 2 and Brighton 1. Okay, so Chelsea against Brighton, I have kept 2-1. And I want it on record that this is the hardest call on the board, to be honest. Chelsea won at Fulham on Alonso's first day. Brighton put 4 past Villa. Brighton have been awkward for Chelsea for years, regardless of form. If you told me this finish 2-2, I wouldn't argue with you. But home advantage is the only reason I've gone Chelsea, and that's the truth. Well, we'll see about that. So the next game, Leeds versus Brentford, and I have given Leeds and Brentford draw. So both won on the opening weekend. Leeds won at Forest and Brentford beat Spurs 3-0. Elan Road, Sunday afternoon, 2 confident teams. I genuinely cannot separate them. So the next one is Sunderland versus Fulham. And for this, I have gone 1-1. So I have given them a draw. Sunderland lost narrowly at Ipswich. Fulham lost at home as well. So 2 sides are still waiting for a point, and I think they shall share one this time as well. We'll see about that too. Anyway, let's move forward, and the next match is Manchester United versus Ipswich. So Manchester against Ipswich 2-0. So this is a bounce back game. losing at home to Ipswich a week after losing at Hull would be a full-blown crisis, and teams usually respond to that. Anyway, so they have signed Carlos Balumba, which tells you the midfield problem was at least recognized. United comfortably, and if I'm wrong, the reaction videos writes itself. Anyway, moving forward, the next match, Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Okay, so Aston Villa against Arsenal, I have given 0-2. So Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 2. We'll see about that though. Anyway, so Villa conceded 4 at Brighton. Arsenal won 3-0 with a clean sheet. Villa Park on a Monday night is as hostile as it gets, and Arsenal have come unstruck there before. I know. Champions clean sheet, I would say away win. So 0-2 for Arsenal and Aston Villa. So let's look at my prediction for overall matches. Are we ready for that? Okay. So Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 2, Liverpool 2, Nottingham 0, Bournemouth 2, Everton 1. Coventry City and Hull City have given them draw, so it's 1-1. Tottenham 1, Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2, Brighton 1. The next match, Leeds versus Brentford, I have given them draw again, so it's 1-1. Sunderland and Fulham also have given them draw, it's 1-1. The next match, Manchester United versus Ipswich, Manchester 2, Ipswich 0. And the last game, Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 2. Well, that's the 10. For what it's worth, calling exact scoreline is properly hard. 2 or 3 out of 10 is a normal week for anybody who does this honestly. So if I get 5, you're never hearing the end of it. So here's what I want from you. Pick the one you think I've got most wrong and put it in the comment with your score line. Not you are wrong about Arsenal. Just give me an actual score, because on Monday I'm going through every one of this and I want to see who was closer. And lastly, I want to say the transfer window shuts on Monday night, the same night Villa plays Arsenal. So some of the squads are going to look different by the time they kick off. Alright, so that's the end of the prediction, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you like my video, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Ciao. Video, and if you like my video. Hi Ruby. Hello. Hi Taron. Hello. I hope you guys enjoyed my prediction for match week 2 for Premier League, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and thank you for staying with me for the watch for my prediction on my live prediction. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. See ya. Ciao.